I invite you to close your eyes and begin to do some deep breathing, opening up your spine, your central pillar, to move that conscious breath up and down your spine. And imagine that you are taking a journey today to the cave of self-forgiveness. And you walk through your inner landscape, and you know where you're going. And so there's an inner calling, an inner beacon that pulls you towards the cave of self-forgiveness, because you are willing and ready to forgive yourself for a few things in your life from the past. So there it is ahead of you. You can see the cave, and it's been prepared for you today. And so at the entrance to the cave, you change your clothes, as there is a robe or some kind of sacred clothing that you change into, and you walk into the cave. And there you see a very large cauldron bubbling away. And this is the cauldron of forgiveness. And there's a chair, and you sit down. And it's time now to recall from your life one thing for now that you are really ready to forgive yourself for. And even if you don't feel totally ready, something that is in your field, something that you do feel sorrow, regret, remorse. So call to mind that scenario and really look at the truth of that scenario for yourself right now. Be honest and truthful about your part in this particular scenario. So allow your heart of truth to open, and then bring to mind this scenario from the past. Hold it tenderly in your heart. See the truth about what actually happened. And now put that scenario into the cauldron. And you're looking at it now from a little bit more distance. You're looking at yourself. You're looking at the players involved. And now see if you can come to another layer of truth as you're looking at it a little bit more objectively. And now become aware of the feelings that this scenario generates within you. If you have any regret, let that regret amplify in your system, and then offer that regret into the cauldron. You can take some deep breaths, breathe it into the cauldron, release it out of your cells, and put that regret into the cauldron. If you have any remorse or grief, put that into the cauldron now. Amplify it in your system, take a big deep breath, and then breathe it into the cauldron. If you have a tendency to really beat yourself up, so if there's any beating yourself up or self-hatred, Please give that to the cauldron now. Let it amplify in your system. Take a big deep breath and release those feelings from your body into the cauldron. What life lesson have you learned from this past scenario? Are you willing to forgive yourself? Are you ready to forgive yourself? And allow that willingness and that readiness to be a spark in your heart. And let that spark turn into a flame. Feel your willingness and your readiness to forgive yourself. And then on the count of 3, you're going to put that spark of readiness and willingness into the cauldron. 1, 2, 3. Put that spark into the cauldron and see the entire cauldron now lighting up, bubbling, flaming, all of that light from your true self is stirring up the cauldron. And all of this light is permeating that old scenario. And suddenly the entire scenario lights up the cave, and there are all the players. And you can see them yourself, maybe other people. And the light of your alchemy of forgiveness begins to unbind any links that you have with these people. Let's say any negative, bound, however you feel bound, any negative links. Imagine that the alchemy of this light of forgiveness is dissolving and freeing each of the people, including yourself, and some chains are falling off. You are unbinding any enslavement patterns. And imagine that the light just sparkles so much light that everything begins to dissolve in the light. And you are forgiving yourself in every cell of your being. So silently to yourself, just say to yourself silently, I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. And I unbind any enslavement patterns. And I'm learning the lesson that I need to learn. The light begins to dissipate and the cave is dark once again. The cauldron is there, bubbling away. And let's do the process one more time. Imagine another scenario where you've got regrets, you feel remorse, something that you would really like to forgive yourself for. So conjure up a second memory. See yourself, the players. See the truth about what really happened. And put this scenario now into the cauldron. It plops into the cauldron. And now you're looking at it a little more objectively. Is there another layer of truth about this scenario that you're seeing now as you look at it more objectively? And if you have any feelings of regret or remorse, put them into the cauldron now. Release those feelings out of your body, out of your cells. Take a big deep breath and breathe them into the cauldron. If you're carrying any grief, any guilt, I invite you now to place those feelings out of your body and into the cauldron. Just get a big deep breath and breathe it into the cauldron. And the cauldron is bubbling away. And if you're beating yourself up still about this scenario, please put that into the cauldron. And the cauldron is bubbling away with what you have offered to it. And now really take stock. Are you willing to forgive yourself? Are you ready to forgive yourself? So if you said yes, imagine that yes is stoking the fires of your heart. And you are really willing and ready. And so let your fire stoke in your heart, and then let that spark fly into the cauldron, and the alchemy of your self-forgiveness begins to light up the cauldron, boiling and bubbling. And the entire scene comes to light and fills the cave. And there you see the players. You see yourself, you see the players involved in this scenario. Allow the alchemy of your self-forgiveness to unbind any negative cords, any negative enslavement patterns. If you've been going over this scenario over and over, see you are being unbound. Those chains are falling away. And you allow this light to permeate every person in the scenario, yourself, your being. It fills the entire cave with light. And the whole scene is beginning to dissolve in the light. And you say to yourself silently once again, I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. And then the light in the cave begins to fade once again, and you are sitting in the beautiful darkness, just breathing in this sense inside of you that you are in a very powerful alchemical process to deeply forgive yourself for any and everything in your past, one step at a time. And you know now that it's time to leave the cave, and so you walk to the edge of the cave, and before stepping out, there is a guide there, one of your guides. And they ask you, are you ready now to move on? Are you ready to let it go and move on? To change your behavior, to change your thoughts, to change your feelings. So if you're ready to move on, you say yes to your guide. If you're not sure, you can say not yet. If you are not ready, you just say no. And perhaps at a later time, you come back into the cave and you do the process again. If you said yes, you're ready to move on, then change into your regular clothes, and you and your guide walk back through the landscape, back to where you began this journey. Taking a few deep breaths and coming back to the present moment now. And when you're ready, opening your eyes.